Happy Sunday, my chalking friends. Happy Sunday. Wait till you see what we're making on paper tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm a little eek scared and spooky. Maybe a little bit. I could be a little bit worried. Hello everybody, happy Sunday. I hope you have had an amazing weekend. I hope that you have gotten to relax and unwind and have a moment, get your chores caught up so that you're all ready and prepared for the week so that it can bring you peace, because that's what the week should be, right? Peaceful. Yeah, right? It should be. All right, so welcome everybody. We are going to chalk on paper tonight. I want to play with a couple of different pattern backgrounds because, as I have learned, the background makes a big difference in how noticeable the sentiment is. So I want to play with a couple different, I have some funky patterned papers that I want to chalk on and kind of talk through how you chalk on paper, because when you go from chalkboards to the next type of surface, paper is economical, it's reasonable, its possibilities are endless. You can frame them, you can make cards, you can make notes. I mean, there's just so much you can do with chalking on paper. So that's what we're going to do here this evening. Is I'm going to show you how to chalk on paper. If you remember correctly, I purchased these because I'm in love with them. I don't know why. I mean, really, all it is a little hangy thingy on a frame. I mean, it's not even glass, it's plastic. But I love these frames, and they are from that little dollar spot when you first walk in to one of my favorite places to go. So it's a really fun metal frame with a plexiglass. Now it has this little thing that says thank you or thankful. It's like a leather little insert with a mat, a cut mat, so that you could put like a 4x6 picture in here. But we're going to take the whole thing apart and create on it. So we're going to use the Halloween phrases sentiment because it speaks to me. I know a lot of things speak to me, but this one speaks to me. It's whimsical. It's not super traditional. It's not real gothic. It's just fun, right? And you can just put these on little pieces of paper and stick them all over your house and all over your neighborhood, and stick them in kids' lunchboxes, and the fun you could have with these Halloween phrases. So if you're not familiar with the transfer, I forgot to grab one that's not cut apart already. I'm just taking a quick peek around to see if I have one in the room that isn't cut, but they're all cut. So I will show you mine all cut apart. I'm not really 100% sure how it goes back together. But we'll get a really good idea of what it looks like here. But it's a C-size transfer that has 6 different sentiments on it. So it's a good economical purchase because it's really 6 individual transfers, and it has doohickeys. So I need to stop here quick and say hello to everybody. Hello, Miss Carol. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Hello, Linda Squared. Welcome everybody. So I am making Maria. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer, and I make a live demo video every evening at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, with the exception of Saturdays. I don't do a demo on Saturday. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to chalk on paper. It's very easy. It's super economical. You just need a good quality cardstock. And when I say good quality cardstock, I'm not talking you break the bank kind of cardstock. I'm talking you go to Michael's or Joann. I've never bought it from Joann's. I've only bought Michael's cardstock. The key with chalking on paper is over fuzzing your transfer, because it's paper. And you can rip the paper if your transfer sticks to it too hard. So the key is either one, don't use brand new transfers. We are using a brand new transfer, so, it could be a little, because it's a brand new transfer. So I'm going to over fuzz. So I'm going to fuzz the paper or the transfer to the point that it's almost not sticky at all. The other trick that I've seen people do is wax the paper lightly. I'm not going to do that this evening because I'm lazy. And we've all established in previous videos, I'm lazy. I'm not going to wax the paper. Because I think with over fuzzing you can accomplish it. But if you have if you have one piece of beautiful cardstock paper and it's your only piece and you're worried about it, I'd probably I'd test wax a section to see how the paper takes to the wax. And then I would over fuzz the heck out of it. But the key I always find is have 2 pieces of cardstock if you're in love with that piece of paper so bad. Hello, Fancy Nancy from Texas. Welcome, welcome. What kind of treasures did I bring home from Ripon? Carol, I was so proud of me. What did I buy? Oh, I bought a tray that we're going to chalk on, like a jewelry tray, a metal jewelry tray for my daughter that we're going to put some beautiful sentiment on. Like, I don't do mornings, which is the one I need, but like Rise and Shine or something like that. We're going to do that on hers. I bought one other thing. Oh, a Christmas present. Yeah, so I was well behaved. I was very proud of me. It was just one of those deals where we don't normally get together, ever. It was a rare moment. My sister and I were up north together. That is the second time, I think, all summer that has happened. So we took the opportunity and left the boys and went on an adventure. And that place was just so cool. It was just the setting. It was just so pretty. It was like, small town Main Street, USA, right? With all the really cute, there were tons of cute little shops. But the awning and being on the corner and the white windows, it just spoke to my soul. But it really wasn't a great chalking place. There was lots of great things in there. Could have spent $1 million in there, but I was very well behaved. So thank you for asking. All right, so I'm making Maria. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer. This evening we are using Halloween Phrases, which is a transfer that has 6 individual, which I'll show you here in a second, 6 individual sentiments on it. And we're going to use it this evening on paper. And I'm going to show you how you can buy a fun piece of cardstock, chalk your image on a cardstock, pop it in a frame, and you have really cute, economical holiday decor. And what's nice about chalking it on paper is, and buying a frame, is every season you can just change the piece of paper and change the frame. So you can actually pound the nail in the wall because you can change it seasonally and then put something that's general home decor when it's not a holiday decoration season, right? So it kind of gives you a lot of very nice variety and ease in home decorating. So let's get to showing you. So this is, again, mine's already cut apart and it's not exactly lined up like this. And I'm frozen. There we go. So it has 6 individual little sentiments on it. And then it has some really fun little doohickeys that you can totally play with. So it kind of gives you some really nice variety. These doohickeys are also really nice to do other things with. So it's kind of one of those nice little staple piece transfers that you have that has all kinds of fun pieces to it. Okay, so I am freezing a little bit, but I'm noticing it does catch up. So, which is really interesting because there's nobody on a video game tonight. Usually when I freeze, somebody's playing on their video game. But to give you an example, I know this paper makes you seasick, right? So this is where I say, let's play with some pattern backgrounds. So this is a houndstooth, right? I think that's called houndstooth. It's a houndstooth pattern background. I did the eek with the cute little spider guy. You can't tell, but the spider guy is in Shadow Shimmer, which is the black shimmer paste. It does hurt your eyes. I gotta be brutally honest. It hurts your eyes. So this may not be the best one, but these little frames just kind of pop open. You stick your little piece of paper in it, stick it back in, slide it in the bottom, because it's kind of got like a little groove. And again, these are from our favorite Target place. It's upside down, Maria. I put it in upside down, so hang on. I gotta flip it around. And there's a plexiglass. This isn't even glass, which is why I'm sure they're $3, right? But I just I love the hook on them. It's not a hook. The round thing, whatever the round thing is called. I like that. Okay, so just like that, you have a really cute little thing that you can pop anywhere. Again, this pattern is particularly dizzy making. But we're going to play with it a little bit. I've got a bunch of different cardstocks I cut out, all kind of in that black. I think this one is going to be super fun. I did just plain black. Hey, Nevada Nicole, welcome. And then I did some stripes. So we're just going to play around a little bit. And I'm going to show you how you can take these very inexpensive little frames and zhuzh them up. Again, this guy, he's cute, but whoo, don't stare at it too long. You'll go, your eyes will go dizzy, right? Okay, so that's my plan for the evening. So I hope you got some popcorn, maybe a glass of wine or something fun, and a glass of water works too. And let's get to chalking. Okay, so over fuzz. Moral to the story. I always think the hardest part is picking which transfer goes on which pattern. Hey, Texas Terry. Welcome. I think this kind of screams Happy Haunting to me, so we'll do Happy Haunting on that one. I love this one. I think maybe we'll do Hey Pumpkin on this one. And we did Eek already. Right? Boo should just be plain old black and white. Boo! Right? Not gonna need, it kind of speaks for itself. We'll try black on that one. This is kind of florally, traditional. It kind of isn't really speaking any of them to me. So we'll come back to this one. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll redo one of the ones that we're using already. So for chalk paste, I went real traditional. I've got white, shadow, shimmer, and orange peel. Real basic Halloween colors. Nothing fancy. Okay, so this transfer's been used before. So I'm gonna, and I noticed when I put it back on the backer sheet today, it is not, I didn't write the name on it. So I'm gonna put Happy Haunting. Always write the name, right, on the back of your backer sheet. It helps you put them away. Because believe it or not, they look like they're all the same size, but they're not. So it helps you when you know, it's much easier to put the puzzle piece together when you know that you've just got the name on the back of it. I'm gonna set that aside. And this is the key to chalking on paper over fuzz. Okay? Fuzz, and then fuzz some more. You want your transfer to not feel sticky at all, because even if you think it's not sticky, it is. And once you take your squeegee and you apply the pressure when you slide the chalk over it, that really helps adhere it pretty hard. So you do want to, you know, over fuzz. So we're just going to fuzz, 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 and fuzz some more. Okay. And then test it. See, he's still sticky. And I think what I like to do is I like to use the lines on my mat to help me line up. Because I don't like to measure anything. But I do like things to be straight. And I do like them to, you know, look like they should. So we're going to try lining this bed up. And I'm just going to gently set it down. Again, as I squeegee across it onto the paper, it's going to make it stick. So you do have to be careful with paper, because if you're too sticky, when I go to pull it up, it will rip the paper. Plus, you have to keep in mind that you want your chalk to be the right consistency, but if your chalk is super watery, don't let your transfer sit on here at all, because the water will, you know, it's like putting water on paper. So you do have to be somewhat careful. So we're not going to do black on this one. We're going to do white and orange. I think we'll do our cute little house. I think we'll do our cute little house in orange and Happy Haunting in white. Because I think, so this is where we're just gonna play, right? Because sometimes you think something's gonna look a certain way on a background, and then you chalk on it and you're like, oh, like this guy. You know, okay, yes, did I know that this paper was dizzy making? Yes, I did. But I really thought you were gonna be able to see the spider better than you can. But in reality, it's not enough chalk, right? He's not thick enough for him to really stand out. So it's just those kinds of things that you have to think about when you're doing a background, any kind of background. The other thing you have to think about is the contrast in colors that you're using. Dark colors versus light colors. You know, and are you matchy-matchy or are you contrasting? That makes a big difference too. All right, so we're gonna make our house orange. So I just take my little mini squeegee and I dip it in my chalk paste, and I'm just gonna carefully, I'm not applying a ton of pressure, but I'm still, you know, scraping, covering my whole silk screen. I'm still chalking like I would normally. I'm just not, you know, necessarily pushing down super hard, because I'm again cautious to the fact that it's paper. Okay, so I'm just removing all, I guess I still need some chalk paste. Helps if you don't remove it all before you're done chalking the whole sentiment, Maria. Okay, so I take all my excess off because it's just a waste of chalk to leave it there. And I carefully remove. Okay, I stick this right in my water bath. And this one is super cute. Super, super cute. Okay, this one's adorable. So you just have to let them dry. You can dry them. Oops, I got water on my black. You can dry them if you want to. You're not going to hurt them to dry them. But because we're doing more, I'm just going to set them aside. So this is what we got so far. Then we're going to take our black piece of paper. We're going to do boo. We're going to do the same exact process. Now, obviously, this is going to be very easy to see, right? Black and white, you know, we all know. Maria loves black and white. It'll be very easy to see our little boo. Now, we could make his little eyelashes orange. I'm just, sorry, I'm fuzzing it. We could make, but I think we're just truly going to do, we could make his eyeballs and his eyelashes orange. If we wanted to get fancy. We could do this one on the paper too. We could do this one on this one. Because it's kind of grandma-ish, right? It's very pretty, this paper. This could fit. Let's do blue on this one. And then we'll save the black for another one. Let's see how well we can get boo to show up. So what's nice about this is you have really thick, consistent lines. So you have a lot of solid without a pattern to it. That's why it's so much easier to read, where this is just busy, 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 right? So when you're looking at cardstocks and you're trying to decide, because you could make your own cards. You could obviously do what we're doing here, which is, you know, taking cardstock and framing it. Oops. Now the other thing that you could do, I'm kind of centering them. Instead of centering them, is you could put them all kind of down in this corner, you know, which is very popular to do it that way. All right, we're gonna let's do the eyelashes. I don't think this is straight though. We're gonna do our eyelashes and the eyeballs in orange. That way we're kind of staying, you know, consistent with all of them. I don't know if I'm going to put them together or not, but this way, if I do put them together, now I'm not straight the other way. So you notice how easy it is for me to pull it off right now? That's because I have not applied any pressure with the squeegee. You'd really kind of be surprised how much pressure your squeegee actually does apply. So, again, light squeegeeing when you're doing paper. Okay, so I'm just going to do our quick little eyelashes and hope that this very busy pattern allows us to see the sentiment. And then we just do a little eyeball. Little eyeball. I know about orange eyeballs. What kind of monster has orange eyeballs? Or ghost, right? Because Boo would be a ghost. And then, So here too, I think the fact that like this is the orange, that works really well on the white background. I think on the black, I mean, you can see the orange on the black background of that one, so I think orange is okay. Here I gotta kind of go around my orange that I did for my eyeballs so I don't pick up that orange. By picking that up, then I smear it right along with me. And I don't want to do that. Because then if you pick it up on your squeegee, you just carry it along with you as you squeegee. So how you fix that is you wash your squeegee off. If you happen to pick some up as you go, just wash your squeegee off. I just realized I had a lot of chalk paste. Should I get... Oh, you need a lot more chalk paste. Okay, so this didn't work because my chalk paste is still in my screen. So it's a fine line between don't squeegee too hard, but squeegee hard enough to push the chalk paste through. Now it's really cute and you can really see it. So what I'll do is I will wash my transfer off because I have to get that chalk paste out of my silk screen, and I will lay the transfer right back down and redo it, and then you'll be able to see it. But what happened was the chalk paste didn't go all the way through, but you will be able to see it. But I have to wash my transfer off in order to do that. Kathy K is saying, I just realized I need a lot more chalk paste. Should I get it from you or order online? Kathy, what you can do, because you're local to me, is you can message me the colors. I have a lot of colors, but I don't have all of them. So if I have them, you're more than welcome to them. But if I don't have them, then we'll just need to order them online. But just let me know what colors you want, because I do have a lot of them. I just don't have all. I don't have every single color that's not been opened. I mean, I have every single color, but not in the not been opened department. Okay, so we're gonna set this guy aside because we're gonna redo him. So put enough pressure down to get the chalk paste through the screen, but not so much that you stick your paper too hard. Okay, so this guy is brand new, Mr. Hey Pumpkin, which is, I mean, this is adorable. We might have to pull green out for this one. Hey Pumpkin. I was thinking maybe we should do a little shimmer, a little olive shimmer on our little stem, or our little viney guy. So we might have to pull out, I have olive shimmer out too. Take my backer sheet, set it aside, fuzz. Now this guy's brand new, never been touched, never been used. Okay, so I'm gonna set these guys aside because these guys are drying. But I don't really want to set them over there because that's where my water bath is, and I'm noticing that I'm getting splashy. Okay, so I'm just fuzzing. All fuzzing is taking a terry cloth towel and attaching your transfer to it several times, and what you're doing is you're picking up the lint so your transfer is not as sticky. It seems counterintuitive, right? You're taking a brand new transfer and I'm making it not sticky, right? Like, why the heck would you do that? Well, there's lots of reasons you fuzz. Obviously, today we're fuzzing because I'm chalking on paper, which is fragile, and we don't want to rip the paper. The other reason that you fuzz is because your transfer doesn't have to work so hard, because it's not going to stick as hard. So you soften your adhesive because these bad boys are sticky, and they're made to be. But what happens is when I wash my transfer, I take my transfer and I rub it up and down like this on the front and the back. And by rubbing it, I pull all that fuzz. The fuzz washes off. Most of it, not all of it, but most of it. And then they're back to being a sticky. So it seems counterintuitive that you would fuzz, but it is something that you want to do. Oh, I love this paper. So I'm just sticking my little Hey Pumpkin down. We're going to do Hey Pumpkin in orange. We're going to pull out a little olive shimmer, just a little pop of green on our little stem guy. So I'm kind of in love right now with olive shimmer. Olive and harvest shimmer are right up my alley right now. So I'm going to put a really tiny squeegee as soon as I can find it in my little thing here. I need this guy. Look at how itty bitty this little squeegee is. We're going to use him to kind of just go zoop and zoop on our green. And then we're going to do orange for Hey Pumpkin. Dip my squeegee in, hold my squeegee straight up and down, and just put enough pressure on it so that you get the chalk through the paper, but not, you know, don't go to town. Cat hair does not wash off. No, it does not. If you have pets, be careful. If you have kids, be careful. But yeah, any kind of hair, glitter, all that kind of stuff, if you get that in your backer sheet, that stuff is not going to come off. But fuzz does. That's funny, Nevada Nicole. I've seen horror pictures of people that leave their transfers out to dry, and then their animals walk on them and make them into big, you know, balls, making it all stick to itself. So that's the other thing you want to be cautious of if you have pets. They're curious, right? They like to, especially if they're, you know, the walk-on countertops kind of pets. Okay, so I'm just doing my olive, trying to decide how far do I really want to go with olive. Put a little bit in his center across him. The pumpkin on here doesn't have an end line, meaning there's not a break in the silk screen, so you have to create your own break. Okay. I love the way the shimmers smell. I know we've covered this before, but I don't know why I do, but I do. Okay, oops. Carefully pulling it off. Oh, this is adorable. Put this in my water bath. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. Love it. Oh my gosh. I love this one. I love this paper. Okay, so far this is my favorite of the papers. Oh, and I got chalk paste on the corner. Shoot. And it's the shimmer, so it's not going to just wash off. I got it off. Paper's, you know, not as forgiving because it's paper. Doesn't like to get wet. Okay, so this is our cute and adorable little Hey Pumpkin, and I know for you guys it's enough to make you seasick, but it's adorable. Oh my gosh. Okay, so far that one's my favorite. You pick it up from the, from the fuzzing cloth, the cat hair. Ooh. You'd almost have to buy a towel, well, even if you wash it, I suppose. If you wash it with your regular stuff, that's going to have cat hair on it. Yeah, you're kind of SOL when you got cats. We are a no pet household, so I can't empathize. There's a reason we don't have any pets. Lots of reasons we don't have any pets. First of all, I'm allergic to all of them. But, oh, we only have one piece of paper left. Well, we can always cut more. All right, so we can do trick or treat. We haven't done spooky yet. We've done eek already. But trick or treat is so cute. Should we do trick or treat? You want trick or treat or spooky? Which one should we do? While you guys are deciding, I'm going to give our boo a quick little rinse out so that I can fix it. The key, if you're going to reuse a transfer that you've washed and you're going to reuse it on paper right away, just make sure it's dry. It's got to be good and dry before you attach it to your paper. So I just took Boo and I gave it a quick little rinse out. Fancy Nancy says trick or treat. Okay. So I'm just giving it a quick. Cheryl says trick or treat. Nicole says spooky. All right, I'll cut a new piece of paper. We'll do both. All right. So I'm gonna let him dry out for a minute. We're gonna do trick or treat real quick. I should pull out the yellow, right? Because it goes orange, yellow, white, yellow, orange, right, on candy corn. Okay, gonna again take my transfer over, fuzz it. These bad boys are sticky. Holy cow. Oh, this is my fuzzing cloth that has no fuzz left in it. Isn't that funny? You wouldn't think a towel can lose its fuzz. But I suppose maybe when you use them as often as I do to take their fuzz out of them. Somebody told me once that it was the fact that I put them in the dryer and there's, you know, the lint thing in the dryer pulls the lint out, but I'm not sure I 100% buy that. Okay, so I'm just finding my fuzz all over my towel. This towel has some wet spots on it. So, if your transfer, when you put it on paper, is going to rip, you'll know right away when you pull it off. Because it is very stuck, and as you pull on it, the paper comes with it. So then don't worry about it. It won't ruin your transfer. Just put your, because I've had it happen to me, put your transfer in your water bath, and just like you remove the fuzz, you remove the paper. It'll come right off. So it doesn't ruin your transfer, but it does ruin your piece of paper. And it kind of depends on how much of it rips. You know, sometimes just a little tiny piece, and then you can still use it or utilize it. It just kind of depends on how much of it rips. Okay, so my white needs water. So I'm going to give him a drink, stir him up. We haven't touched yellow yet, so I need to see how yellow is doing. Drink. Orange is doing good. We've been using orange quite a bit lately. It's this one time a year that it gets to come out to play. It's always happy when it gets to do that. All right, so we're going to do trick or treat in white, and we're going to do the candy corn as a piece of candy corn. So these could make really super cute, you know, little cards for people for the holiday. I don't know, is Halloween really a holiday? I don't know if it's really technically a holiday. The event of Halloween. I don't know, are you guys I haven't checked our municipality yet. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have trick-or-treating. We live on a cul-de-sac with, there's only 3 houses on the whole cul-de-sac. So we don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters, ever. So it's not something we've ever really worried too much about as far as getting trick-or-treaters. But it is kind of nice to know. I mean, I hope the kids can trick-or-treat. I do. I hope that they get that opportunity. And again, your candy corn is one of those where it doesn't have the separation in the transfer. You have to create your own. And that can be a little nerve-wracking and aggravating. Because it's much easier, obviously, to commingle your colors. Why did I do that on that? I should have done that in my container. Okay, now we're going to do our orange. Now I would tell you the orange looks much deeper in orange color. It looks almost more like pumpkin pie on the black paper. So they will, you know, appear differently based on the background as well. So backgrounds, there's lots of things to consider when you have a background. Okay, so I'm careful. Yep, it dried. So it did the same thing as the boo, only this time it's my fault and I knew it was drying. Oops, now I got water in it too. Okay, so it did the same, it did the same thing. Where the white stayed on my transfer. So when I talk about paste drying and staying in your transfer, this is what it looks like when it does that. Again, very easy to fix. Just wash your transfer off, let it dry, lay it back down, and re-chalk it. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start it on our little boo guy. Just going to stick him right to my sweatpants. So we're going to take our little boo guy, and I'll show you how easy this is to fix. So I'm just picking up a pair of sweatpants on. I like to refer to them as my fat pants. I have my fat pants on. Do you guys have that where as soon as you come home you put your fat pants on? Yeah. I look presentable from the top up. But I got my sweatpants on because they're super comfortable. Okay, so see how easy it is to line this up? See how you can see it's coming in and out of focus? It is very easy to line your transfer back up, to re-chalk. So don't ever feel intimidated by lining your transfer up because it really truly is very easy to do. Now the only one, the orange turned out fine. I only need to redo the white. So I'm going to load up my squeegee. I'm going to push a little harder on my boo. Get that chalk paste to go through my transfer. Now I'm probably pushing too hard this time and it's going to rip, right? Because that's Murphy's Law, right? The other key is don't wait too long, because this one could have been a combination of drying and not pushing hard enough. Give her a try. Maybe this time it worked. Hopefully it worked this time, and I'm not going to rip my paper. Yep, it worked. I'm pulling slowly. Perfect. Water bath. Oh, this is cute. Look at his little orange eyelashes. I kind of like it on this paper. I was a little worried about this paper. All right, which is the other one we have to redo? Trick or treat. So I'm gonna, where'd it go? It's sunk in my water bath. That's not usual. All right, so I'm gonna again, just give it a quick little rinse off. I'm not worried right now by taking all the fuzz and all that off of it because I'm gonna need to fuzz it again anyway. So I'm pulling it out of my water bath. See how you can see on the back of my transfer, that's the fuzz. So again, it's very easy because look, I just wipe and it comes off. So I just go in one direction. I don't want to take all the fuzz off right now, but I wanted to show you that it really is that easy to get the fuzz off. But you do have to rub it off. If you don't rub it off and they dry, I don't know if it'll come off the next time or not. So it's about taking good care of them. I will tell you I made a huge mistake that I tried to fix today. Normally, when we're done going live, I wash my transfers right away. I've never really done, and I know other designers do it, where they don't wash their transfer right away. They, let's do spooky on this paper. Spooky on this paper. So I don't know why, but the last couple times we've chalked, I've gotten lazy. I know, you're shocked that I got lazy. And I did not wash my transfers right away. I just kind of put them in a pile. And lots of designers do that, where they don't wash them right away. And you can wait weeks before you wash them because it's no different than washing your chalkboard off, right? Okay, it is. Especially, this is what I would tell you I learned. If you're using a shimmer, wash your transfer right away. The shimmers were what I had the problem getting off. The rest of the stuff was just like always. Because I've done it where I hadn't done a shimmer before. This is the first time. I'm not a huge user of the shimmers. So this is the first time, I would say. I could not get the shimmer. I got it out of the silk screen, but I couldn't get it off of the actual transfer. And that does not affect their ability to be used. It just drives me crazy. So note to self, wash your transfers right away. And with the holiday suite that comes out on Tuesday, don't get your paper wet. They're changing the chemicals that the transfers are made with. It doesn't affect the transfers. They'll still work the same way and do all that. But you're not going to want to leave it in your water bath because they're going to be water-based instead of chemical-based. Again, I'm just sticking it. Oh, you can't see. Let me show you what I'm doing. Sticking it to my sweatpants to fuzz it. Right now, the vinyl is made out of a chemical. And just like our chalk pastes are non-toxic and there's nothing harmful to the environment or to you in them, you know, they're trying to be earth-friendly with the making of the actual transfers. So they're now going to be water-based. So because they're water-based, do not leave them in your water bath. Because there have been moments where, you know, I'll leave them in the water bath for an hour, sometimes longer. You're not going to want to do that moving forward. Okay, so now I'm going to lay down our little spooky. Get him lined up where I want him. Hope he's straight. Push him down gently. We're going to do the orange first. We're going to do the fence in orange. Just kind of sticking with our little theme here. Of orange and black and white. Okay. And now we're going to do our white. So all I do is put the chalk paste down and scrape it across the silk screen. And then I squeegee off all my excess. And I'm going to carefully pull it off. Do be careful, check your fingers, because if you have chalk paste on your fingers and you touch your paper, you have to get your paper wet to get it off. And that's not always a good thing. Carefully pull your transfer off. Stick it in your water bath. Oh, this one's cute. Spooky. Okay, this one's adorable. I kind of like that little fence. Think of all the fun things we could do with that little fence. You could do that little fence with a little home. Just the fence and home. Wouldn't that be adorable? I'm really into picket fences right now. I'm so funny. I go through these stages where I really get into something. I'm really into farmhouses and picket fences right now. And lots of land. Big, huge plots of acreage. So I'm kind of obsessed with right now. Alright, so I'm just fuzzing my trick-or-treat so that we can lay it back down and fix our candy corn guy, because he's going to be adorable when he's done. So I believe that this transfer is still sold out on the website. It is extremely popular, as you can imagine, because it has, you know, 6 individual little transfers on it. It's a C-size transfer, so it's $24.99, but I do have them. So if somebody wants them, let me know, and I can send it to you. Or you can, if you're local to me, you can stop by and pick it up. Okay, so I'm just going to gently lay it back down, grab my white, load up my squeegee, and just reapply. So I've reapplied chalk like this when I didn't like the color, or I didn't like the way it turned out. You can also do the same effect and move the transfer slightly, and then you can get what's called a shadowing effect. That's also very cool. But you can always just lay it back down and go back over it. Voila! Now he's fixed. Stick this in my water bath. In there. Okay. This is adorable. Here's our fun little trick-or-treat guy. I'm not such crazy about, I think that line, this line shouldn't have been white on the candy corn. It should have probably have been yellow. Okay, so let's pop them in the frame so you can see how adorable they are. So then what I like about these frames is you can actually go ahead and pound a nail in the wall if you want to be that committal. I personally am not that committal. But if you want to be, you can be. Because then what happens is you can just pop out the pieces of paper. I mean, you could pop out the piece of paper and put a picture in there. You could pop out the piece of paper and put everyday general home decor. You could pop out the piece of paper and put Thanksgiving in there. And then you could pop out the piece of paper and put Christmas. And then spring and, you know, Valentine's Day. You know, you just go through every holiday. And that way, you're not pounding lots of nails in your house. It's just paper, so it's not overly expensive. It's not, you know, gives you that fun ability to create without spending tons and tons of money on surfaces. And paper is a very, very economical way to chalk. It's probably the least expensive surface we've got, right? Just a thicker cardstock, not super, super thin. Typing paper does not work. I mean, I've not tried it, but I'm imagining that typing paper doesn't work. I mean, it might work, but I would doubt it. It's so thin, I mean, you would have to fuzz beyond all fuzzing. So my yellow is dry, so I'm just giving it a layer of water. And as it sits, because I don't use yellow hardly at all, it will reconstitute. Okay, so I'm going to take my little guy, start with our little Hey Pumpkin friend, just stick him in. And then you just slide it back in. So what these frames have is they have these little tab guys on the bottom, these little tab things, and you just, that's how it holds that in. Oh my gosh. Oh, you got a glare. Oh, you still have a glare. This is adorable. He is adorable. Alright, so this is how they come, right? They have the cute little family at the pumpkin farm, and then it has this, like, leather. So you take these little tabs, it's got these two little tabs, you pull the tab out, and pull this tab out, and then this slides right out. Then you open it up, and you take this out. Now this one has more in it than the other one had. The other one didn't have this piece of foamy stuff. And you take your sentiment that you want to stick in here, put it back in. And I would say, even though these are not expensive frames, they look pretty nice. They don't look chintzy. And then we have our fun little happy haunting guy. I really like these. I don't know what it is about the frame. And it's the round circle thing on the top of it that I like so much. Otherwise, it's just a plain black metal frame. But they are a nice black powder-coated metal. And they also come in gold. So if you don't like the gold, you know, if gold is more your thing, they also had them in gold. Again, just take our little thing out. Mr. Boo. Slide him in. And then just push your little tabs down. One more. Let's do trick or treat just because it looks so cool. Although, probably need. So we have two black backgrounds and one white background. And you would do these in sets of 3s, right? Or odd numbers. So you would do sets of 3s or sets of 5. I don't know why. And I don't know what designer decided that that's the way we should do it, but somebody did. So these like little, this part is like glued in. So you do have to pull this part out because it is like, someone was worried about it coming apart. So they took the time to glue that in. It was very nice of them, wasn't it? For me to just then turn around and rip it right out. All their hard work and effort. Clearly, they had not met Maria. And then push your little tabs in. Oh, this is so cute. So now we have Trick or Treat. Stick this here because he wants to move on me. One more. We'll do E because I only have one more frame. And then we have, whew, that is busy paper though, man. Don't look too close at it. It'll give you a headache. Yeah, that is very busy paper. I might have to redo that paper. Find a different black and white with a white, more of a white background. And then you have the set of 5. Now, I don't know. 5's a lot. Right? Because where would you hang 5? Cute little. But, you know, if you had, you totally could do 5 somewhere fun. Okay. Slide them back in. It's just so cute framed. Okay. These are our fun little projects with the Halloween phrases transfer. It's a C-size transfer. It will be our Make It Monday bundle tomorrow. So you will see that tomorrow in the Make It Monday. I do have them. I believe they're still sold out. So if you want them, you got to go through me. They're not on the website at the moment because they're so popular. Because for $24.99, you get 6 different transfers that you can do a ton with. So this would be adorable in ink on like a canvas bag for a trick-or-treat bag. All of them would be cute on a canvas bag for trick-or-treating. The other thing that you can do, if you don't recall, last year, or you're new to us, we did chalk on actual pumpkins, like real pumpkins. So these would also be adorable on a real pumpkin. Thank you, Kristen. Yes, they are still sold out. Yes, and I do have them. And I want to say I have like 7 of them. So I've got plenty for anybody that wants them. And I will be more than happy to send them to you. But they will be our Make It Monday bundle tomorrow. I just have to figure out what I'm going to bundle them with. So, thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Sunday night. I will be back at you tomorrow. I do a live demo every night at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So come on back. Where did I get the frame? Hello, Miss Diane. Target, Diane. In the dollar section, or the bullseye section, they come in black and gold. You have your choice. I like the black. Well, I love black and white. So, I love the black. But they were $3 in the Bullseye Playground section at Target. And then the paper is just cardstock paper from Michael's. It's nothing fancy. The other thing that you can do is you can use watercolor paper. Just be careful with how textured your watercolor paper is. And I would wax watercolor paper if I was going to do watercolor paper. As long as I wasn't going to watercolor on it. Because if I was going to do this and then watercolor in between, then don't wax it. Because the wax and the watercoloring won't. Obviously, water and wax don't mix. So be careful. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me. Otherwise, if you're watching me on YouTube, thank you for watching me on my YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to my page, that would be awesome. I do upload my videos to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm all fancy. I got a YouTube channel. And if you're watching the replay, please feel free to say hi. We're very friendly, very chit-chatty little chalking group, so come on and join us in anytime. Please don't feel like you can never not just join right in our conversation. So thanks so much. Oh, if you wanted to check out any of these amazing products, you could go to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria, and you could see all of the transfers and all of the things that I've used here. I used bright white, orange peel, bumblebee, and olive shimmer are the paste colors that we use. Oh, and I did use the shadow shimmer as well, which is also sold out and back ordered. Sold out and back ordered. Very popular. Whew. All right, thanks guys. Have a great Monday. I'll see you tomorrow night. See ya.